Hey, Stuart, it's Leisha. I have a question.
Yes.
Um, I I realized I have a belief in me formed from when I was a little girl that to be to be the light or to be shiny or to be love makes me vulnerable and dangerous to um you know kind of attracts attention to negativity that comes towards me. And I just built that as a belief from from past experiences. And I'm struggling to untie it. At least I see it now. And I just wondered what you would say about that.
Well, Leisha, and not only Leisha, everybody, innocence without rootedness, without strength, without foundation inside that gives you the power to keep your heart open, it gets slaughtered in life. So the purpose of the meditation class is to build a system that is strong enough so that when your heart is open and you feel this love inside yourself, this innocence, the sweetness, you have the strength and the rootedness to be able to survive whatever negativity comes back your way. And negative things come. People can be very crazy. They see happy people and they want to do something to hurt them. It's stupid. But that kind of thing goes on in life. You need to be grounded. You need to have the strength inside so that whatever vibration comes your way, you have the capacity to transform that vibration into chi, into power, into strength, that will keep your heart open and won't allow anybody to rip that away from you. But just innocence and love without that kind of grounding gets slaughtered in life. So the whole purpose of this meditation is to build that kind of an inner life. It's like creating a protective shield around yourself that doesn't allow life to rip out, your happiness, your joy, your love. You have the power to sustain it, and nobody can take it away from you. But this takes time. A person doesn't build that kind of inner life, and, it takes time. Took me, I hate to say it, years to build that kind of inner strength. And I had many, many people in my life that tried to rip this out of me. And without the training I got from my teacher, without this meditation practice that I teach, I could have never survived. I wouldn't even get into the kind of insanity that was sent my way, where people were trying to destroy me. But the training, the classes, the energy, the foundation, it gave me the power to be able to deal with it. And I remember once in a meditation, I went up to my teachers, to Rudy Nityananda, to Ramakrishna, to a lot of teachers, Ramana Maharshi, and I asked them. I said, you want to get free of this? The only way you're going to get free of it is you have to forgive the people that are doing this, trying to do this to you. They know not what they do. They have no idea what they're doing. They're jealous, they're angry, they're upset, and mostly they're just really upset at themselves. But they take it out on somebody else. Now, in order to forgive people for the kind of stuff that honestly that people tried to do to me, it took so much inner strength, man. It really demanded that I build something that was so strong inside myself. I could just consciously say, I forgive them. I didn't have to hang out with them. I didn't have to be in their lives. But in myself, I had to be able to say, forgiveness is there. But it took years of building an inner life that was strong enough to be able to do something like that. So you're right. When you were a little kid, you were right. Every time somebody comes along and smacks you in the face, you know, does something nasty to you. I remember once when I was a kid, I was up in the country and I got this seed. Actually, I got a plant that came when I was up in the country, and we put it in a pot, and I brought it to, I'll never forget this. I brought it to New York, and on the street where I lived, there was an enormous dirt lot. I mean, it was almost like, more than half the size of the street that I lived. It was a huge lot, you know? And I went on this lot and I got my own little private place and I transferred the plant there. And I would go there and water it. And one day I met a guy who was kind of a friend of mine. I said, hey, I want to show you something. So I took him over, I showed him the plant. And I was so happy to show, and he stepped on it. He killed it right in front of me. And he walked away laughing. I was upset for months over that. I mean, it was such a stupid thing for anyone to do. Angry, and it was his own jealousy, it was his own insanity. And, this goes on all the time. We need to build a system inside that's strong enough to be able to deal with it. And not by getting into a war, but we are strong enough to deal with the negativity that goes on around us without allowing it to rip our guts out of us. And all this class is about that, building that kind of inner life. Because everyone here is worthy of living with an open heart, with love, being a happy person, living with the wonderment of life, the joy of life, and all that deliciousness that life really has to offer us. Life itself is very sacred, and it has amazing things to offer us. And we're all worthy of living with that. But we've got to build a system that enables us to do it. And it doesn't just happen because we get up in the morning, we go to work, we go to school, we got we go and whatever we do, it doesn't work that way. One has to truly do inner work to develop that kind of system. And I know that's the only way I was able to do it. I had incredible training in how to do what I'm talking about. And frankly, with 10 years after Rudy died, what I had to go through, I wouldn't wish on anybody in the world to have to go through what I went through. And the only thing that enabled me to survive it was the ability to have built the kind of inner life I had that was strong enough to be able to deal with it. I mean, I won't go into it. It's just, it's beyond. So,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome, Leisha. You're right. People are jealous. People are insane, They're insane. And we need to be strong enough to deal with the madness that goes on in the world. I mean, is there any reason that Russia wants to conquer the Ukraine? What purpose? What purpose under the sun? Well, this whole thing going on in the Middle East, it's madness. People just want to live and be happy and earn a living and feed their children. And And all this crap goes on in the world. And I can't remember, I've said this a million times, a day in my life where there hasn't been a war, there hasn't been famine, starvation somewhere in the world, where there haven't been people that were jealous of me, or I haven't been jealous of other people. Can't remember a day in my life. And the only time it stopped is when I finally built a system that was strong enough to, first of all, not get jealous of anybody, and secondly, not to allow other people's insanity to rip my life out of me, rip my heart, tear my heart open. I mean, I've said it a million times, I think the greatest thing ever written, forgive me, they know not what they do. And it's so true. It's so profound and it's so simple. To just say, they know not what they do. You know, sane people don't do the kind of things that people do in this room. Well, forgive them, they know not what they do. Not forgive me. And honestly, for all of you, it's why I have 7 classes a week. Plus, I have another class that's going on here in my apartment on Saturdays. And Jennifer's now teaching, and she's starting to get more students here. And all these classes have a purpose to build the kind of system I am talking about, for people to attend them and develop that kind of system inside themselves. Not that I want students, it's my service and my gratitude to my teacher, my service to God, to Spirit, and the profound understanding that I have in myself, how people can do this if they get the training. They learn how to do it. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And it's nice to be able to sit with a group of people and people's hearts are open and feel the love coming out of them. It's extraordinary. It's so rare in life that that kind of convocation happens amongst people. So thank you. God bless you all. God bless you. Does anyone else have a question? It was so funny the other day. Jennifer couldn't go to the church to teach. They were using the room. So I said, well, teach up here, they'll come here. And all these people came in. After the class, they went out totally silent, quiet, loving, peaceful, hugging each other. I mean, it was incredible. It's so beautiful to be able to offer that to another human being. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, well, there'll be class on Thursday. Looking forward to seeing everybody, and thank you. Thank you for sharing my life. I can share my life with you and you sharing your life with me. God bless you all. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Stuart.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.